So, you ever been in a conversation with somebody and you was talking face to face to them, but it was at a distance? Like, I feel like if I could hold out my arms, once I hold out my arms, like stretch my arms out, like one arm, both my arms out, I feel like that's all of that is my space. All of that is my space. Don't get in my space. That's my space, so don't get in my space. Talk to me. That is, when I hold my arm out, that means that's your distance and my distance. Conversate with me from that distance. And the reason why I say that is because I've been I've been in plenty of conversations where I've been talking to somebody and I'm sitting there talking to them, and they keep moving around, or they'll walk up on me and get close to me. And I feel like when you give space for conversation with somebody, that's basically telling them, like, look, that's your space over there. Whatever the space that you have over there, that's for you. That's your space. My space is over here. This is my space. Don't come in my space, because I feel like this is my perimeter. You feel me? This is my perimeter. It's kind of like one of those things where your territory. Don't come in my territory. Once I hold my arms out, that's basically me. That all of this is my territory. My body is my territory. So if you step inside my territory, I have a right to punch you in your face. You feel me? Anything could happen when you step in my territory. You feel me? Which is weird, but anything could happen when you step inside my territory. You could get maced. You could get punched in your face. You could get smacked, no, I don't have the right to do that. But yes, I do have the right to do that, because don't get in my territory. Don't come in my territory. Especially if you in my face like that, it's kind of like, what's going on? Like, unless I know you or something like that, and we haven't established that connection, then yeah. But if it's somebody that I'm just conversating with, you feel me, and we give that arm's length and that space, that's basically telling that other person to stay in your space and stay in my space. Because I'm a strong believer that touching is pretty much breaking a barrier. Sometimes a person might not want to break that barrier, because let's face it, like when you break a barrier, how can I say it? It's like it makes the person comfortable. Once you break that barrier of touching, and you don't set that ground rule, like, listen, long as you don't put your hands on me, then we good. Don't put your hands on me and we'll be okay. But if you don't set that tone and set that boundary from the jump, it pretty much gives the person ammunition to pretty much break that barrier and pretty much disrespect. Not only disrespect, but it gives that person ammunition to not only break the barrier, but it was right on the tip of my tongue. Like, that person it makes room for comfortability. That person start getting comfortable. Sometimes you don't want to establish that comfortability with a person. A conversation here and there is cool, but once you find yourself conversating for a long time with somebody, which is not a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. Who don't like good conversation? But when a person starts getting close and start touching, they pretty much breaking that barrier. And not everybody wants to break that barrier, because at the end of the day too, especially if you scared of the person, if you scared to touch the person, don't force yourself on touching that person. Which I feel like asking to touch, not many people like asking to touch another person, because a lot of people feel like, oh, you got to be confident in yourself. I don't care how confident you are. At the end of the day, if you get the feeling or get the thought like, oh, I'm scared to touch that person, then maybe you shouldn't be touching that person. That's how I feel. But it ain't at the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with comfortability. But at the end of the day, it's like, just because I conversate with you, that's me opening up the door. That's just me opening up the door a little bit. You feel me? I'm not. It don't matter. No matter what it is, no matter what the situation may be, or whatever the case may be, I feel like for me to conversate with you at an arm's length and at a distance, I'm pretty much opening up a door. Now, just because somebody open up a door, that don't mean they gotta open the door to you completely. That you feel me? But once you start touching the person, that's when the problem becomes an issue. Because it's, as I say, I can't make myself uncomfortable to make you comfortable. You feel comfortable touching me. Don't touch me because I don't feel comfortable with you touching me. And then on top of it, it becomes the fear, the scared and the fear also. Because maybe other people, some people don't want to do other stuff to make somebody scared. Maybe that barrier of touching, you feel me? Because you ever been in a situation where you like, damn, I just it's aggravating because I just need to touch you. Can I just touch you? Because it was just aggravating me. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be like that. I just need to touch this person one time, because once I touch them, then I feel better. I could carry out a conversation with them. Once I touch them, I could feel better. And that right there is why I feel like sometimes you could conversate with a person, but don't touch them, because that fear and that aggravation and that frustration is meant to be there, because it's called a barrier. It's who want to just, you feel me? You know, when you talk to somebody, you're not trying to just break the barrier right then and there. You feel me? And not only that, but it kind of, to me, I feel like it builds anticipation, because it's like, if you give somebody everything all in one shot, the person gonna feel like, I ain't got nothing to look forward to. What I got to look forward to? So it's kind of like, it's like that. Like, you break that barrier, then there's nothing. That's it. Once you break that barrier, then it's like the person, you pretty much giving that person power to do anything, say anything to you, because you didn't establish that respect and assert yourself from the jump.